J-Renard. J-Renard.
Hey, a player ain't perfect. Like, I messed up. Like, this is not my professional job. I am a novice. I might not even be a novice at this stuff. Like, I might a noob. But I guess, yeah, noob, if people still say that word, is probably best describe my skill level when it comes to painting and body work. So, I feel like I've tried to fix some things and mess something else up. So, today we're going to try to fix the tape peeling off some of the clear coat on this car. Now, mistake that I made is I sprayed the car and I waited too long to peel the tape off. And when I finally peeled it off, it just peeled some of the clear off. And how I take the car is another mistake. It's all good because, you know, we're here to learn. And, you know, sometimes in order to be better at something, you have to make a couple of mistakes. And, you know, if you're afraid to make mistakes, then that can limit your growth. But, you know, you kind of want to try to keep those mistakes to fixable things, and that's what I'm hoping I can do today. So, lucky for me, I have a couple of professionals in the industry that I can call. My man John Coates, my man Greg at Gears Auto Works. You know, they do this stuff for a living, so those are my go-to guys. So, hopefully, I can, through my experience, I can encourage some of you guys to do some of this stuff. And for me personally, that's kind of why I'm like doing all these videos. It's, you know, just for community knowledge, and hopefully, like I say, some of you guys will get the courage and do some of this stuff yourself. So let's get into what I have to repair today. All right, the plan is just to scuff this up with some 800. Now, I'm not going to use a power tool. Maybe I might try. Maybe I might use this little 3-inch sander I have and see how it comes out. So I'm just gonna wet sand it with some 800 just to knock that clear off. Gosh, I might try 1,000. Yeah, maybe I'll go with 1,000 first. Maybe I'll do 1,000 grit first to try to knock that clear down. But I think I'll be safe with 800. I'm going back and forth on this. So I'm gonna do 800. I'm gonna wet sand it, and let's see how it works. So before I start this, I wanna say I am down for constructive criticism. I am not a professional when it comes to anything that I'm doing, and I'm just out here learning or trying to learn like everybody else. So I'm always willing to take advice from people. I think that's how you grow as a person. But if you want to be nasty or try to put somebody down instead of just giving constructive criticism, that's something different. So we don't need that in this community. Take that to other places. But I think here it's all about learning. This just isn't good sandpaper. It's just not doing a real good job at cutting into this. Yeah, I might have to go with 600 on this. Like, this 8 isn't really cutting it like I need to. It's almost flat in a couple of spots. Let me just keep going with this. It's actually, yeah, this is actually starting to feel flat now. I did put a lot of base on this, so I think I'm good as far as not cutting through to the clear, to the primer. I think this is good enough to shoot some clear over now. I'm actually going to redo all this black. Let's see what the spot is right there. So the good thing is I'm going to repaint this. Like, I can just, it actually works out pretty good because I got this break right here, break up here, and I'm going to respray all this, so I can shoot all this clear, and I think it's going to come out blend pretty good. All right, let's get this set up for the spray. All right, for our gun, we got the little Harbor Freight Special. Now, this hasn't been cut at all. This still has the orange peel on it. So I'm not worried about overspray because I gotta cut this whole panel anyway. So let's give it a shot. Get up more spray than I thought it would. So I've already laid down one coat. I'm gonna do 4 total, just so I can have enough build. I didn't get that spot good as far as blending with the 800. Not gonna worry about it. So I'm giving it 15 minutes in between each coat. And I just want to build it high enough so when I do this whole panel, I can get a nice flat surface. Yeah, I didn't do a good job flattening that out. But man, this little $13 gun laid down there clear real good. There's no peel to that at all. All right, so for the most part, I think it came out pretty good, except this is going to annoy the mess out of me. That spot right there. So I'm gonna have to figure out, probably just do the same process, sand it down with some 800 and re-clear it. Now, that stuff, I'm hoping once I start sanding, it will knock all that out. But I have a new product that I'm actually going to do to cut this whole side, and be on the lookout for that video coming out real soon. Some 3M Tri-Zac. All right, so let's talk about mistakes and how I'm going to fix it. So I used an X-Acto knife right here when I was trying to remove some of the tape. So what I did is I just scuffed this whole panel up with 400 grit. This was a spot that I had totally missed. So I just sanded this down. So let me start over. I started right here with 400, and since I had another spot like right here that was uneven, I just knocked all this down with 400 to a little bit past here. So I'm going to include this right here. And what I'm going to do with this spot that I sanded this 400 with, I'm just going to lay some more base down all the way to here. I didn't have any issues up to this tape line, but I sanded the 400 to like right here. And then past the 400, I just hit it with some 800. So I'm going to try to blend it. Just my idea. Like, I'm not a professional. So base here, and I'll get some overspray there. But what I'm gonna do is once I stop spraying the base around here-ish, I'm gonna re-clear this whole panel. That's the thought behind this. So let me tape all this up and get some protection on this paint, and we'll get started. All right, so I got the area prepped. Now I'm gonna use a little Harbor Freight spray gun to spray this. So let's get the gun, let's set up the pattern and see how good I can get the pattern, and let's start spraying. figure I'd try to do a little better lighting up in here. It's still winter. But let's talk about the corrections that I made. First off, let me say this little $13 gun from Harbor Freight did an amazing job. I have to say it laid down its clear better than the $300 Fuji gun that I sprayed the clear with. Now, it's not apples to apples because the garage temperature when I was using the Fuji gun was probably about 38, 39 degrees. That was during the Arctic blast when I was first starting to paint this car. With this one, it was much warmer up in this garage. The average temperature was probably about 50 degrees up in this garage. Huge difference. And I think that's the reason why the Fuji gun laid down so much peel. But the results of that Harbor Freight gun, look at that. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see the peel. That's with the Fuji gun. And this is with the Harbor Freight gun. Now, the corrections that I made came out pretty good. Like I had that scratch that was right here. I blended that perfect. Down here, the paint that got peeled off, that's gone. I don't know how I did that. This is not even a scratch. And I had some uneven spot right here. That's totally gone. So, good work on that. So I have this spot right here, which I didn't do a good job blending with the 800. But the repair work right here came out great. The car is pretty rough right now from all the polishing and spraying. So the next thing up is, now that I have this whole side done, I only have two more things I have to do. I was thinking about going with a cowl hood. I'm not going to go to cowl hood. I'm going to stick with the stock hood. I have to prep and paint that. I still have the front bumper I have to do. That's over at the other house. I'm going to spray that in the next day or two. And I just got to put clear on the driver's side fender. And then all the paint job work is done on the car. And the only thing left is wet sanding and polishing and getting it ready for the show. I'm not going to pull the engine. I just don't have enough time to do that before Ponies in the Smokies. Not sure if I'm going to do a wire tuck. It just run out of time. Ponies in the Smokies is March 23rd. And it's already, January 22nd. So it's less than 2 months away. So I'm hoping the new wheel setup will be here before Ponies. If not, then we'll just have to roll with the race stars. So tell me what you guys think. It's not complete yet, but you get the idea of my vision on this. I gotta fix these fender gaps also. I gotta pull this fender in more towards the door. So just a little small stuff before Ponies. Oh yeah, and I mangled that door lock. So I gotta fix that. I think I'm gonna plastic dip that back black along with the vent on the side. But that's about it. So hopefully you guys will make it out to Ponies in the Smokies. Kim and I will be there. So if you see us, make sure you say hi. I'm not sure if we're going to have another meet down there this year. Still in the works on that, but if it happens, we'll let you know. So, hey, I appreciate your time. Tell a couple of people about the channel. Until next time, God bless.